who've done everything, blah, blah, blah. And that's far from the truth. There's plenty of things that I've never done. Lots of things I'd love to do, right? But I've done quite a lot of interesting things over the years, and you know,
I mean, I was,
I've seen that on both sides. To
yeah,
be fair,
I've seen certain platforms like, be targeted and hangouts get shut down. And
mm-hmm.
I mean, at one stage it was pretty.
to stitch from.
Say it
Just
again.
don't like.
Say no.
Fuck off.
So I
Remember,
understand curved. I understand curved that typically this is all pointless, but Merle's actually been fairly reasonable in this conversation thus far. Fairly.
There's magnets in the sky, Zant.
I know, I understand your frustration, curved, but I at least have the policy that if somebody like Merle
them are being held back from the human societies, and it's only a matter of time before the word is out. You'll watch the paradigm completely unravel in your lifetime, Zant, and there's nothing you can do about it. Not a
what if that
thing.
doesn't happen, Merle? What if that
It's
doesn't
already
happen?
happening. And it doesn't matter who's got the money or who's got the keys or the guns or the bombs. We didn't lie.
Unfortunately, I don't
And
really
we're not lying.
So, Merle, you speak
Never have been.
Look, you speak with about the same amount of conviction as a Mormon does about the Book of Mormon, or a Muslim does about Islam, or
No,
an Amish
I've got a.
person.
Don't
You know what I
misrepresent
mean?
me. I've got a worldwide network around me.
Sure, and so do all of those other groups.
Yeah, but the network that I'm a part of isn't lying. So there's going to be a point where those two bridges
So
meet.
if they're not lying, could they just be wrong? Is it possible to be wrong and not lying?
When you're aware that the establishment is afraid of the truth and the people asking the real questions, you know you've got a situation on your hands.
Why do you think the establishment is afraid of what you're purporting to be truth?
Because we've been on the receiving end of it.
So you're saying because of what? Like YouTube taking down videos, stuff like that? Is that what
It
you're
went
referring
much.
to? I'm just
It
trying to
went
understand
much. It went much further than that.
Okay, so can you give me some examples?
Not really, but it went much further than that.
So it went much further, but you don't have any examples?
Yeah, I have examples. I'm just not willing to disclose that information.
Oh, okay. Okay, we can move past that for a moment, but I mean, the reality is this: I don't see anybody being particularly concerned. What I do see is some people who think that what you guys are talking about is ludicrous or nonsense, or view you as mentally ill, think that it's a bad idea to allow the information to propagate. I don't know that that means they're afraid of the truth.
Well, that's where you're in trouble. Because you've taken that line with me just one too many times. If you do it again, I'll really put the effort in to expose you. Okay, so if you want to take that line with me again, watch what happens.
Which line are you talking about?
You just made out that I'm unstable or mentally ill.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
did. Yeah, you did.
Let me repeat what I said. It might be the case that people who run platforms like YouTube believe that people who believe in things like flat Earth or other conspiracies, QAnon, flat Earth, anti-vax, all sorts of stuff, that they feel, not saying that I'm saying this, they feel that that information is in some way dangerous or is going to create instability in certain individuals, and that may be their motivation for suppressing that information. It does not necessarily mean that they are afraid of the truth of the information. What I'm saying is you're creating a situation where you're projecting a motivation onto them that you're assuming can only be one motivation. It could easily be a different motivation than what you're claiming.
No.
That's all I'm pointing out.
No. I'm pointing it out to you. I know what's going on, mate. What's the difference? I know what's going on down here. I see the situation clearly. Have done for years.
You're on step 2
Okay, so Merle.
It doesn't matter what any of you say. It really doesn't.
Merle, let me ask you this. Just let me rephrase this, because I don't want you to feel that I'm directly attacking you here. That's not my intention. Do you agree that there are people who would view flat earthers as...
Just let me stop you for a second. Moyoc Man's laid it all right out there for you. That's it.
Where?
That's the gaslighting operation that happens in here.
I'm not looking at... Where is he doing?
So you should pay attention, because I do.
Let me switch the screen. I'm in another window. One sec. Now, don't worry about that, Moyoc. Let's not assume that everything is going to repeat the same every time. That's unfair. It might well be the case, but I'm not going to operate on that assumption. It's not useful.
Let's look at number 4.
Just skip number 4, go right to number 5.
Right, so number 4. What's going on with number 4, guys?
It's when you get banned, Merle.
So why does Merlin get banned?
Because he goes mental.
I'm assuming that he's implying it's because you would move into behaviors associated with number 3, which you have not done, and I appreciate. I am appreciating that we're having a conversation. So let's not blame me for Moyoc's comments. Is that fair? I'm not going to blame you for, say, what Nathan did to fucking what's his name or other drama in the flat earth, right? I'm not blaming you for their shit. Let's not blame me for whatever people are saying in the text chat. Is that fair?
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. So, because I think I'm being pretty straightforward and reasonable with you. So, just can we acknowledge the point that regardless of what my opinions are, there would be certain people who would view flat earth that way?
Yeah, I mean, see, one thing I've got to get clear just for my own peace of mind. See, outside of this community, like I am, like known and, to a certain extent, well regarded. Like I have respect in the circles I move in and the people that know me.
Except for Arwen.
But that's outside this community.
Yeah.
So when you step forward as, say, a title like something like Flat Earth, or you have Flat Earther associated with yourself,
Comes with baggage.
It comes with more than that, and it you can only
baggage
walk in someone
wide
else's.
scope.
Yeah, you can only walk in someone else's shoes, but
Yeah,
like it's pretty intense to say the least.
sure.
So when that's gone on for years, there comes a point that any animal or human being, they will bite back. They will.
Okay.
If you poke it enough.
I'm not growling at you.
But that's how it goes.
Yeah, I know, I understand. No teeth here right now, right? So...
But on that list, when all those things occurred,
sure, but just
there were always 2 parts. Let me get it out, Zan. Like there were always, like, sometimes 10 on 1.
I agree, but right now we're actually getting some pretty good one-on-one chat, right?
Yeah.
People are being pretty courteous at the moment.
But that's where some of my frustration comes from, because the room didn't own it. It just put it all on me, Then videos were made about me. So it was
Okay.
like, what's going on here?
Well, let's do this. Let's focus on what we're talking about. Let's ignore the chat. That's what I was doing. That's why I was giving you my full attention. That's why I didn't know what Moyak was saying. So like, let's just have the attention and have the conversation. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying about some of the reason for targeting is you made an assertion that was because at least it seemed this way to me. I won't even say exactly what you were asserting. You can clarify if I get this wrong, but it sounded like you were using the attacks on flat Earth as evidence that it's correct. Is that accurate?
Don't put words in his mouth. Ask him his opinion on things. It's more gaslighting, I think, going on here, Merle.
I just did ask him his opinion. I just asked him to clarify if that was correct.
Yeah, I mean, I'm too far up the road in a way for this. I didn't sort of come back to get caught into whether the Earth's a globe or not.
Well, we're not talking about whether it's a globe or not. I'm talking about whether or not you think that the attacks on flat Earth are evidence that it's true.
It's attacks on certain flat earthers that's the issue.
Okay.
And if it ever, see, the police don't care. The government don't care. The law is a law unto itself.
Are you talking like you're worried about like violent attacks? Or are you talking about
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it. It's gone well past that.
Is it
I don't think you're aware of how far some of this has gone.
No, because I'm not deep into this. I hang out and chat with people. I have a good time chatting with some people. But right now, I'm just having a conversation, trying to understand what your perspective is. That's why I'm asking the question.
Well, I can assure you that this subject like opened a huge can of worms, and at a certain point there was and this isn't paranoia or speculation, like people were targeted.
Okay.
Channels were shut down, like people were threatened as well.
Do you think that the fact that channels were shut down or targeted is evidence that the Earth is flat?
No, but it was a red flag, and you
Okay.
gotta ask some deeper questions
So
as to why.
let me ask you this. We could assume that option A is, that the flat Earth channels were attacked because they're true and someone's trying to silence them. That's option A. Can you give me a couple of examples what option B and C might be? Like, what are some alternative reasons that might exist for people to attack flat earthers?
What would be some options?
Yeah, what were some alternative reasons other than the fact that it's true, right? Could it be that there are people who view flat Earth as anti-science and they think that that's dangerous, so they want it shut down? Or could it be that there's people who are maybe overprotective of children and whatnot, and they think that telling people the Earth is flat is a silly idea, and they don't want their kids to be impacted? Like, there's a ton of different reasons people could conceivably take such actions. Correct?
I think this is kind of sketchy terrain, to be honest.
So you're saying there are no other reasons, or that there
no,
could be?
I've just seen things that I'm not willing to talk about that are criminal. It's criminal behavior. No bones about it.
Can I ask you this? Are
Yeah.
there any other groups that aren't flat Earth groups that are maybe other alternative views that are unpopular that also get attacked?
Sure.
And it's not necessarily that all of those are true, right?
No, of course not.
Like, Christians sometimes get attacked for being Christians, right?
Mm-hmm.
Muslims sometimes get attacked for being Muslims, right?
Right.
But both Christianity and Islam, in its literal sense, can't both be correct, right? Like, they could both be wrong, but they can't both be right. It's sort of that situation, right?
Yeah.
So one of those sets of attacks can't be because it's true. It has to be for a different reason, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's
Yep.
prejudice, whether it's what, there's tons of other potential reasons.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just getting a message. Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. So wouldn't it be also fair to acknowledge that whether or not the attacks you witnessed were really despicable or people acted inappropriately or doxed people or threatened people, I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah.
But even if that happened, right? That's not in and of itself evidence that the flat earth claims are true. It's just evidence that there's some garbage people out there who, if people don't think like them, they're willing to attack them. That's about as much as we can know for sure, right? It's hard to know their motivation.
Yeah. I mean, I know some of the people involved because I took it upon myself to find out what the hell was going on. And there's all kinds of rumors about what is going on. And then when you take it upon yourself to connect with some of the people who are, called porn bombers or trolls or whatever. I mean, this room has a reputation, believe it or not, Zant. So.
Oh, well, I'm sure it does. Like, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, and its reputation sort of precedes it.
No, for certain.
To the point where certain people wouldn't even associate with, certain people in here. But what I wouldn't mind coming back to is, say, someone like rocket scientist.
Mm-hmm.
So what some of us are aware of is there's a LARP. So it's basically a live action role play. And you've got people in Discord pretending to be something they're not. They're behind a computer with a voice. And a lot of the time these people have scripts. So you could, just for instance, like you could have a person, right, like who designs or builds rockets,
Okay.
Well, they're unusually sort of smart, like autistic almost, right?
All right.
But you don't have to be like a rocket scientist to understand the instructions. You know what I'm saying? You're like you could know how to build a rocket, but that's far from being a rocket scientist. Or you might be able to read a manual and sit behind a computer and LARP that you're a rocket scientist.
Now, if you're actively working for a company that deals with rocket science and you're doing that science, would that not make you a rocket scientist?
Yeah, but that's another thing.
Okay.
So there's
actual. Is there something that you think I'm LARPing about?
I'm just saying there's actual on the field, boots on the ground stuff. And then there's just LARPing.
Okay.
Like people who go into a job interview and doctor their resume and just lie about a bunch of shit to get a job they're not qualified for.
Look, Earl, I understand. I've been accused of. I've had people say, "Oh yeah, Zant, you seem to have done everything," blah, blah, blah. And that's far from the truth. There's plenty of things that I've never done. Lots of things I'd love to do, right? But I've done quite a lot of interesting things over the years, and any one of the things that I've claimed, I'm fully able to back up. So, what am I LARPing about?
Well, just the basic point. It's like, no, it doesn't make you a rocket scientist to work for a rocket company. Okay, there's a big difference there. If you're doing
rocket science for the rocket company, though, that would make you a rocket scientist, right?
Not necessarily, no. But
let's say you're engineering parts and calculating trajectories and working with the team. Like, that's rocket science, yes?
No, that's not.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you consider rocket science? Maybe we have different thresholds of what we would consider rocket science.
A rocket scientist would be able to take you through every aspect of the building of the rocket, what happens to the rocket, to launch, the whole bit, what
Well,
an orbit actually is.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
if you're a rocket scientist, that's what you do. If you design cars and manufacture whatever, I know because that's what my father did. Okay, my dad could take you through. Hang on, dude. He could take you through every aspect of what a car is.
Okay.
Every aspect of it.
But I'm gonna
And that's why I know I'm talking. That's why I know I'm talking to LARPers.
So let me ask you this. You say your dad works on cars?
No.
No. He could take you through every aspect of a car. What, did you say your dad, or did you? I thought I heard that. Maybe I misheard you.
See,
I'm just
what?
clarifying.
No, my dad wasn't a mechanic, and my dad wasn't a used car salesman. Okay.
Oh, I didn't imply that he was a used car salesman.
Right. My dad was involved in a company called General Motors Holden in Australia, and he worked there from 16, came out of technical college as a fitter and a turner, and he became a mechanical engineer, and he worked his way up through that company.
So let me ask you this. Let's say you have a car mechanic that's been a car mechanic for like 50 years. They can fix up classics. They can rip an engine apart and put it back together. Like, they know cars pretty goddamn well, right?
They can build a car and take it apart from the ground up. Yeah,
absolutely,
inside out.
I'm willing to bet that there are some car mechanics that could absolutely do that. But if you put something that's outside of their area of specialization in front of them, they may not quite know what they're doing. Like, if you suddenly put like a Tesla in front of them, they may not be able to work on all the computer equipment and stuff, right? Like, that's a different specialization, correct?
Yeah.
And the fact that they wouldn't be able to work on that one specific part of that particular car or model doesn't make them less of a mechanic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have somebody who works on rockets and they're a specialist in propulsion systems, maybe they don't have all of the expertise in the material sciences for, like, building and the different alloys and metals. So, they design their piece and they have another person that's designing the other piece, and they say, well, here's the propulsion system and it's going to generate this much heat. So we need something that can protect that. And then the other guys go, okay, well, we're going to design this thing and it'll be accounting for this. Like, those would all be rocket scientists. They would just have different specializations, right?
Well, like let's come back to, say, the censorship aspect, okay?
Well, I just want you to acknowledge that that's a fair point.
But yeah, it is. But you're kind of veering away.
You
from where I was.
You specifically
right,
said it.
But you're now veering away from where I was going with it.
Okay, fair enough. Let's veer back. Let's go ahead.
So, like censorship reveals weakness. If you have to censor, you're done. We know that. It's a huge red flag, and it happens in here like all the time, not just here, in the world itself.
Is it fully that people are censoring here, or is it sometimes they're just annoyed? Because, like you said, sometimes people, they get pushed too far and then the teeth come out. And do you ever think maybe some of these people are just really annoyed from hearing the same thing and they don't want to hear it, and so they go and block someone or something?
No, there's...
Well, that's usually the case for people telling you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, there's...
Because we've heard it, because we know what you do when we try and press you for evidence. You're a cunt, Mil. You're here for the drama, and you say you're not. You're not here to present fucking shit from your side. You just want to be heard.
Well, that's your opinion.
Well, it's not
Doesn't
just
make
my opinion.
I think it is. Who else do you speak for?
Quite a few people.
You can't speak for them though, can you?
Of course I can.
Of course you can't.
Well, when I know they hold the same opinion of you, yes,
There's
yes, I
probably
can.
a few people who think that, but I mean, not necessarily fair to be
So
so
I'm
hostile.
I'm a cunt, but you're not.
Yeah, well, I'm a cunt, but you're a fucking piece of work, you fucking wanker.
Right.
I told you, when you fucking came back after what you did last time, gloves are off with you, wanker. Fucking prick.
What did I do
I have
last
no
time?
idea what he did last time. I
Using
wasn't there.
papers fucking suicide to try and troll with you fucking cunt.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were. That's
No,
why
I
you
wasn't.
got banned.
No, it's not.
Fucking piece of shit.
It's not. That's
It
not
is.
true.
I was here. I was listening live as it happened.
It didn't happen like that though.
It did happen like that.
No, it didn't. I wasn't
How did it
using
happen then?
paper to
Yes,
troll
you
with.
were. There was a conversation
wasn't.
going on, and you twice tried to get into it to say, and he didn't hear you the first time, did he? So you had to say it again. Oh, wait a minute, Jem. Someone in here committed suicide in here. And that's when Jem banned you, you fucking prick.
No, it didn't happen like that. And anyway, seeing you've
Oh,
brought it
well,
up.
it fucking happened.
Anyway, seeing you've brought it up, it did happen in here.
He didn't commit suicide in here, you fucking wanker.
No, he used to be
That's
somebody.
what you said. You said he committed suicide in here. And it doesn't matter if he did it in there or fucking wherever he did it. You shouldn't be fucking using it to troll.
I wasn't using it to troll.
Yes, you were. You're a fucking piece of shit, Mel.
I was highlighting that some
I don't
atrocious
buy it. I'm
things
a
have
nice guy,
happened
that's
in here.
from you, Mel. Other people might, but a lot of people don't. We know what you are. You're a cunt.
No, this
Fuck
room is toxic.
Hold on a minute. That isn't an atrocious thing that happened in here. That is someone who had obviously had serious mental health issues.
Exactly.
Who happened to come in.
Here come the lies.
I've got all the
hang on.
messages from him.
You guys have created this story that he committed suicide because of.
Oh, I created the story. So I create the human who emailed me personally telling me that paper came into your server, thinking you guys were his friends, and his support group asked, indicated he was going through a hard time for having to put his dog down. Your response, Jem, was to mute him. Then he leaves the server, and next thing we know, he committed suicide. I mean, how are you not at all responsible for that? Good Lord. He came to his what he thought was a community for support. He got a cold shoulder, and no one helped him. No one recognized that he was, they're supposed to be such great friends here, right? No one recognized that he was about to kill himself, apparently. Or said, hey, Paper, how are you doing, buddy? Hey, you want to talk about something? Or no, they muted him. When his dog died. His dog died. He had his... Great friends, these people.
Of here.
I've heard him directly saying that.
Jem,
right. I heard it last night from PMARS. PMARS was doing it last night.
Yeah, because you're getting away with this community bullied a guy into killing himself, and they're trying to act like they didn't do it. Or, we're fine. We didn't do anything wrong. Our shit doesn't stink. But Flat Earthers, Merle, you're a bad person. You see? If I didn't exist, people would forget about Paper Explanator. And that's what they want, because they want to sweep anything negative in connection to them. They want to pretend doesn't exist and sweep it under the rug, and they think their shit doesn't stink, and that's why they have the right to shit all over everyone else. and dox people and bully people to suicide.
Yeah, because there's certain people who've entered this arena in here and come out of it wanting to top themselves.
Oh, fuck off, you.
You're doing it again, Merle, and you're out of order, and you know you are.
Yeah, your Discord made Paper want to kill himself. That is a fucking fact. But hey, don't talk about the truth here. This is Gempanda's server of lies, bullshit, fantasy. Hey, donate though. Don't tell the truth.
No, I'm just saying the truth, and you can pretend
you're not.
that's
You're lying.
not the case.
No, you're not. You are making shit up.
You're fucking lying, Gem, because you don't want to take responsibility for Paper's suicide. You wanna wash your hands like Pontius Pilate. Disgusting.
Up and lying.
No, I'm not.
You're not
You're
saying
the
the
liar.
truth. You're not saying the truth. No one committed
Everyone in
suicide.
here knows I'm telling the truth.
You're gonna get banned again in a minute. No one in here.
Then why don't you talk about Paper saying, "Hey guys, my dog died. I feel bad." No one says shit to make him feel better. He gets ignored and then muted.
Committed suicide.
But you don't mention that, do you? You fuck.
Because of here. There's no evidence that happened at all. That's highly unlikely to have happened. People don't develop mental health issues because of a Discord server.
You sure?
Yes, I'm absolutely certain, beyond any shadow of a doubt. Do you have any reason to think that that's not true?
I know it's true.
Let's see these messages then. Let's see how you know this is true, fuckwit.
Well, I've got a recording with Debbie, and I've got Paper messages.
Okay,
I've
and
never
what do those
released them.
messages say? Let's see the messages that say he committed suicide because of in here.
No, I didn't say that. You're
Yes, you
saying
did.
that.
That's what you've literally
No,
just
I didn't.
fucking said. Right,
No,
so how
you're
do you know that that's
misrepresenting
true?
me. Paper was in contact with me, Jim.
Right. Well, I don't believe that for a moment.
That's what I
think
said.
that's complete and utter bullshit.
Doesn't matter.
But
I've got
what
the
did he
messages.
say? What did he?
Any involvement with bullying behavior is one stressor which may significantly contribute to feelings of helplessness and hopelessness that raise the risk of suicide. Yeah. And he says, youth who are at risk for suicide-related behavior are dealing with a complex interaction of multiple relationships, peer, family, or romantic, mental health, and school stressors. So it's a combination of like his dog dying, he's going through a cancer, so he's got health issues, on top of the straw on the camel's back was getting bullied by what he thought was his social network to support him when he's going through cancer and dog deaths. Instead, that social network of support bullied him, and he killed himself immediately after he got bullied. But you don't think you're responsible at all. And there's no evidence.
He say that makes it so you can now say he committed suicide because of this place?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You
I said
repeatedly said
people.
that.
I said people have come out of being in this room wanting to top themselves.
And you've implied that Paper was one of them. Very heavily. In fact, not implied. Said that he is one of them.
I'm not the only one who said it or
I
think
don't
it.
care. I don't care. I don't care if there's a load of you running around making shit up.
We're not
That doesn't
making
make
it up.
it okay. Now, what is your reason for saying it? Let's get this on the fucking table.
Well, it all started when I first sort of came in here, Jem. Like, we got off on the right foot. We never had any problem.
You and me, we're not talking about some general
we are,
nebulous thoughts that you have on the place. We're talking about your specific reasons for saying that Paper Explanator committed suicide because of this place.
Well, for certain people who've been in this room, I've got a recording.
Not certain people, Paper. What reasons do you have to make this claim?
I have my reasons.
Well, let's hear them.
Okay, well, it's a toxic environment sometimes.
Right. So this is your general feeling about the place, and you have no reason whatsoever to be saying this, do you?
Yes, I do.
Admit it, Merle, you lying cunt. Admit it.
Kind of sounds like somebody's getting bullied. Huh. It's almost as if the person denying evidence of him causing someone to commit suicide is providing evidence that he is a bully that bullied someone into suicide at the same time as he's denying it. Amazing.
It.
I don't appreciate you speaking to me like that, actually.
I don't appreciate you weaponizing someone's fucking suicide, you low-life fucking scumbag.
You can say what you want about me, Jim. Everyone knows what you are.
Oh, what am I, Merle?
What are you, Jim? What are you in this community?
Someone who's exposed you. Someone who's exposed you with the help of Rizzler.
What are you, you vile little goblin?
As a fucking liar. Oh, we're going to do the whole...
vile little goblin?
We're going to do the whole disabled thing now, are we? Jim's crippled, so we'll have a go at that.
I didn't say that.
Look at this. Like, look at how angry and vile Gempanda is being towards Merle. Merle simply he's being nice, and he finally just, teases him back and says you're a goblin. And now, like, Gempanda's gonna get offended that he got called a goblin, even though he's berating and screaming at poor, innocent Merle, who just wants to share his beliefs on the shape of the earth.
Suicide thing didn't work, so we'll just rib him for being crippled.
A goblin.
You scumbag.
Didn't call you a cripple. But I've been called way worse.
I don't give a fuck. You're a scumbag. You should be called
I've been insulted beyond belief. Way worse than you ever have.
Every fucking word of it.
You vile little fuck.
Oh, just walk out, you fucking idiot.
So don't fucking bring the noise at me, Gem, when I could wreck this.
Yeah, but you haven't wrecked this place, have you? Even though I've said to you, put it on the table. Let's fucking hear it. But no, we get this bullshit. I was in contact with Paper. No, you fucking weren't, you lying cunt. Show these messages. Show them. Yeah. When Paper first came in here, when he hadn't been here very long, in fact, long before here, in Earth Discussions, Paper said that he was terminally ill, that he had months to live. That was probably 2 years before this place was even conceived. And then miraculously, weeks later, he was okay. He'd got this stage 4 or 5 cancer or whatever it was, and then he was okay. I think that shows us that this suicide idea was on Paper's mind a long time before this place was even conceived.
Yeah, I remember him saying he was sick. I only talked to the dude. I'm only just finding about this now. Like, sorry if I fueled into that at all, Jem. I was unaware.
I don't know that. But he was never a happy guy in all of the time that he visited here. That wasn't something that came on here. That was something that was happening in Earth Discussions. He was drinking heavily.
Yeah.
Clearly, like many people who come in here, he shows signs of depression and, some mental illness. That's true of many people who come in here. But
actually, his cancer was before Earth discussions even.
Right.
It was on Blood Earth Fates, I think.
It was very early on, and I think this idea was in his head then.
Well, a lot of people who deal with terminal illness end up with suicidal ideation. Pretty common.
And he'd lost his dog, as Rizzler's pointed out. That was a factor. This dog had been, it's an elderly dog. It had been with him a long while. I mean, who knows? And me and Paige...
And he came to their Discord, what he thought was his friends, to get console in you guys that he felt bad his dog died, and everyone ignored him, which drove him to suicide, because he's probably felt like he had no friends. He probably felt like his whole life was a lie, that everyone he talks to in Gempanda's server is LARPing, and it's all bullshit, lies. It's not real friendship. It's just fake pretend, and no one really cared about him. And he realized that and then killed himself. So it seems like to me.
People did have a fallout on that day, but it was a standard, little ruckus. He was muted for about a minute, and then I unmuted him.
See, on that day, he came to, my dog died, guys, and then Gempanda goes, oh, his dog died, I'll just mute him and treat him like it's any other standard day. I'm not gonna, oh, my friend's dog died, maybe I'll, consider his feelings. No, I'll just fucking mute him. He can go kill himself for all I care. I'm fucking Gempanda. My shit doesn't stink, and I'm better than you. Donate.
Thing. But because that happened on that day, these shitheads like fucking scumbag Merle and lowlife peasant fuckwit and his master fucking scumbag P-Mars are running around saying that I'm responsible for this because this place is toxic. You fucking pussies. You know what? This is what really fucks me off as well, because they've all cashed in on this. Fucking P-Mars making a video saying, I'm really broken up about it. Fucking lying cunt. Lying fucking scumbags. Trying to cash in on someone's miserable death. Yeah, you are fucking muted. You're a scumbag.
They're just scum, Jim. You don't even need to defend yourself or the server. Like, obviously, people were around when it happened and know the truth. And people like fucking Merle and Dawn are just assholes.
I mean, yeah, sure, there's some toxicity that takes place here, but that's hardly an excuse to act that way.
Kill themselves because they got muted for 2 minutes in a Discord server. That's not a real thing. That's an internet thing. God, why is every morning like this for me?
I don't know, Jem. Have you had your coffee yet?
It's nearly 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it's still morning. I haven't had lunch.
Anyway, look, I apologize. Jem, Merle was in here. I was trying to have a...
No, I didn't hear the first bit, but I only heard Rizzler tearing him apart.
Honestly, he was having a fairly calm, productive, polite conversation. So,
well, he can play the nice guy well, and I'm sorry for interrupting. Well, not actually. It's just I can't stand the guy now. He fuck him, especially when he plays that nice guy.
I can understand why that would be upsetting. I was pretty pissed off when people tried to make Bull's death into a thing. So
but let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you're calling this place toxic and you're saying that the people here aren't very nice, Paper Explanator would not have been on the nice list. Let's be honest.
I know, that's true.
He was an okay bloke at times. Like I never had a problem with him, but he was
right. I'm not saying that. He was a good, he was a
no,
good,
they're talking shit.
He wasn't nice.
They're bullying him in his fucking grave now. They can't stop but bully fucking Paper.
Flat Earthers.
No.
I mean, no apologies.
Right.
He was pretty harsh. Yeah.
He had no time for them whatsoever. He thought they were, because he was pretty well educated. He was good at physics,
He wasn't
wasn't he?
stupid by any measure,
He had no time for
Captain
them.
Bullshit in the chat, Jim. He's so
right.
You
hear what a liar this guy is? Guys, listen to me. I'm Gempanda. I'm the cult leader. Everything I say is the truth. Don't question me or I will ban you. By the way, Paper had no time for flat earthers and he was horrible, mean to them. But he DM'd Merle. I actually like you, Merle. I want to help you, right? Because, everything Gempanda says is true and I'm a liar. I'm a vile scum. Merle scum, Don scum. Anyone who disagrees or criticizes Gem just happens to be a horrible, evil demon spawn. You see? No one criticizing Gem is honest whatsoever. They're all liars. They're all demon. There's so many people like that just have it out for Gem for no reason, right? Because Gem's such a nice guy. Like, why would anyone dislike Gem? He's so honest. I don't understand.
Says what a toxic cesspit this is, yet they're all begging to get back in the next day.
Right.
Like, this Discord server for a lot of people is actually a social interaction. And I think we've had this conversation before and we all troll and it's all good humor and stuff, but by no means.
Yeah, well, some people take it seriously and then kill themselves when you do that. So you don't want to take responsibility for that. That's on you, but I'm going to blame you. So, sorry, I exist.
Has this got anything to do with shit that Merle's trying to attribute it to?
Well, no. I mean, I'll poke somebody every now and again with a little jab. Half the time, it's people that I quite like. You know what I mean?
All right, Rizla came in here and started some shit up. Why don't we tell the truth that
they're not
prodding Merle and started the shit up, then Jim.
There's a difference between friendly banter and having a social hierarchy group like this, and then beating down on people is what Gempanda does. They're like a bunch of monkeys grouping up and killing another monkey. Have you seen those videos? This is what they're like. This isn't friendly fucking banter. This is bullying. They were Brizla was revealing Merle's dad's name and calling Merle's dad an idiot. Why can't you just insult Merle? Why do you have to bring his dad into it,
Auction in the middle of the bullshit after Rizla started the shit up.
Well, I'm more tolerant than Rizla. Paper was someone that Rizla knew as well. He has a right to be offended by Merle's behavior as well as me.
He came in here and attacked Merle. Didn't even say good morning. He didn't even.
This is their mentality. They're justified. All their bad behavior is totally justified, but everyone else's bad behavior is not justified and wrong. See, they're the self-righteous. Shit doesn't stink. They think they're fucking God, basically. And they think everyone else is shit, dog shit, to give them money.
Put any lube on.
Yeah, well, Merle shouldn't have said it in the first place. Like I say, I'm more tolerant than other people are. And they have a right to be offended as well, David. It's a very vile. You're not listening. It's a very, very vile, offensive thing that Merle's done, and people have a right to be offended by it. And I can't stop them from
talking about that.
Dude, here's the thing.
Rizla brought it up. Rizla brought all of that up.
So what Gempanda is trying to manipulate people into not doing what Merle does, not criticizing him. Then this is how he does it. See this? He's going to go over and over again what a bad and how evil Merle is. And this is to reinforce to the group that this cult that if you behave like this, you'll get admonished, But behave the way Gempanda wants you to behave, and he'll pretend that you're intelligent or something, or pretend you're a rocket scientist. He'll indulge your bullshit as long as you indulge his bullshit, right? But then you stop playing the game. It's all about he uses compliments and insults to manipulate.
Rizla is the catalyst that started up. He's the one.
Right, but maybe he's angry about it. Maybe he's angry about
Yeah.
it and feels like
Exactly.
it needs to be.
Well, no one was talking. No one was talking to him.
Right, but that's fine.
It doesn't matter, Dave. Actions have consequences, and sometimes they last more than the next morning.
Dave, will you listen to me for a second? Of all the bad decisions that you made, this is down there near the bottom. What you're doing right now.
I'm not taking up for Merle, but there was a conversation going, and then he came in here and got, whatever. He just came in here and cranked it up.
See, and then curved water again, putting pressure, trying to manipulate and control others' behavior. He's like the little barking dog for Jim or whatever.
Know how Merle is. Everybody knows how to light his fuse. So,
yeah, I was intentionally not doing that or trying to do that, but I mean,
and using reason and logic is enough to set him off.
Hey, I managed to have quite a decent length of conversation. Now, didn't
Not really about that though. Long run, but he was teetering on 2 to 3.
He was teetering a couple times, and I was pulling it back.
It really isn't about that though. That's not the point at all.
No, I know, I understand. Like I said, past actions have consequences, and if Merle did that, I could understand where Rizzo would be upset, and I think that I don't. That is what it is. Merle's got, he's made a bed and he's got to lie in it until whenever the things change, or until he figures out that's not an appropriate thing to do.
He knows what he's doing. I mean, I have this every time I'm in a YouTube chat, and P-Mars turns up. I had it repeatedly last night on multiple accounts that I have to keep blocking. I've blocked 41 P-Mars accounts from my YouTube channel.
Oh Jesus, yeah, that guy. He's all over
Merle's,
the place.
Merle's all part of that. They're all big mates. It's P-Mars coordinates what Merle says in here. It's not lies. That's on fucking video, you idiot. He fucking live streamed it. Live streamed himself congratulating you on doing.
None of this is true. What he's saying here.
A good job for trolling in here. It's on his channel. Don't say it's lies. It's there for everyone to see. Come on then, cunt. What have you got to say for yourself?
I stand on my own 2 feet.
Yeah, right.
No one tells me what to do.
You're very proud of yourself, huh?
If you don't want to acknowledge that this room is broken, go ahead. But everyone knows that.
Why do you keep begging to come back in here if it's so broken?
A bunch of people have left this server. You know
why do you keep begging back in?
You haven't left. I can't get you to fucking leave, can I? Any of you. You, Dawn, or P-Mars, or Zell. All these people who come here every day to tell us how shit we all are and what terrible people we all are and how toxic it is and what a terrible, awful place this is. And none of you can keep the fuck away from the place.
Yeah. I guess we're all attracted to hell.
It's just idiots.
I mean, we actually
this is hell. This is hell, basically.
Okay, well.
That's what it is.
Bro, this is a Discord about science. The farthest thing from hell in the world. If you think this is hell, you're the most privileged, entitled kid in the history of time.
Well, it's hell. Everyone
really
knows
is.
it.
Just a Discord where people get a little bit rowdy. That's it.
I'm not talking about the Discord.
And from what I'm hearing about other Discords, it's not even that rowdy in here.
I know, that's true.
Exactly. I mean, go to all places. If this place assumably drove people to suicide, how many people then have killed themselves because of fucking Oakley?
On me. Let's
not apply the same logic to Oakley or what he's doing.
Don't lump us in the same group.
Well, I will, because you're all saying the same stupid shit. You're all saying exactly the same stupid shit, Merle. All of you.
We've all been censored in here, the three of us. That's why we relate
give me
to
a
each
fucking
other.
break.
We have.
Who's the three of you? You, P Mars,
So,
and Dawn.
so P Mars spoke about something in here, and he was set up. Curved set him up, and then he called
been allowed
Veach.
in here, has he? I think we let him back in once, and he
Here comes
straight
the
away
lies.
used the.
When they created this. Okay, there's a long history I have with these people. It's but this server is a branch. Community is branched off from another Discord that I basically started called Troll Team 6, and then they created this Debate Flat Earth and More with the same people, but it's the same community. But I was the first one to start the Troll Team 6 Discord. I basically started this community, and then Mr. B was the server owner of both servers, and he was a friend of mine, but I pissed him off, so he banned me. And when he created this server, I was pre-banned at the start of this server, and then eventually they let me back in, and I would listen to Curved Water call this woman Debbie, trapped in Flat Earth reality, every day. Go, you're a cunt, fuck you, cunt, just calling her a cunt over and over again. So I started calling Curved Water the N-word over and over again to because I just can't. It's just as a man, I can't listen to someone bully a woman like that, without I felt the need to bully him back, I guess, give him a taste of his own medicine, and I got banned for that. So it's they've done these double standards, right? But he's not going to mention that, and they're going to just totally lie. And then they let me back in. I had a promise not to say the N-word, and I agreed to that. But then Curved Water asked me about, because I think M. Scott Veach is connected with Hollywood, and I think Hollywood is full of pedophiles, so I'm not a fan of M. Scott Veach. And he knew that, and he kept pressing me about my opinion on Hollywood pedophiles, and I got banned for talking about Hollywood pedophiles, which makes me think Gempanda protects pedophiles.
N-word or something to get himself.
Yeah, that's right. About 100 times in a row.
Right.
He went for Veach.
You muted him, Earl.
Curve set him up.
I set him
up.
Yeah,
What?
he got set up, and then he said the word, and then he was booted.
What did
Veach is lying, straight up lying. Veach right now. Veach is gonna lie so much here, but he lies like it's fucking breathing to him because he's a Hollywood scum.
Yeah.
He said the word 100
DM'd a
times.
load of scat porn to people. What you on about? Fucking set up.
Veach just said I said the word 100 times. Does that make any sense? Don't you think they would have muted me well before I said it 100 times? They would have muted me the second or third time I said it. They couldn't wait to mute me.
So crazy.
He was set up.
He was set up to send scat porn.
The last time I was in here, I got banned was because Curved Water was like, "Why don't you like Veach?" And I said Hollywood is full of pedophiles, and they banned me.
Random people.
And I'm not crazy.
Well, who
I'm
talked him into
I'm
saying
just,
the
I'm just
N-word
somebody
100
who's
times in a row?
questioning the shape of the earth.
Of course, Veach is going to remember it differently, right? Because Veach, is affiliated with Hollywood, which is now everyone knows that Hollywood is full of pedophiles. You have to be an idiot not to know that pedophiles control Hollywood, and politicians are controlled by pedophiles. It's a bunch of fucking pedophiles in power. This motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Doesn't make me crazy.
100 times in a row. Who set him up to do that? Why did he think that was a good idea?
Why did you not want to talk about child pedophilia in Hollywood?
I'm sorry. All he wanted to do was say the N-word 100 times in a row. That's what happened.
Answer the
question. Started saying it over and over and over, and I muted him.
Why did you not want to talk about child pedophilia?
He didn't want to talk about anything but that.
Hollywood?
He said the N-word 100 times in a row, and that's it. No other topic.
No.
And we definitely don't want to talk about that in here, because why should we discuss ludicrous, unsubstantiated allegations?
They're not unsubstantiated.
Well, I don't
There's
care
many
about your
people who've
fucking Marty
spoken out
Feldman
about it.
video. I think that's bullshit. Even his own family are saying it is. whatever is that who it is?
Oh, Corey Feldman. Yeah.
Corey Feldman, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's literally all this is about, isn't it? So,
well, think shit happens.
Oh my God, they don't pay attention. Like, look at the court records with Denise Richards, Charlie Sheen. She found child porn on Charlie Sheen's computer, and Charlie Sheen was the person Corey Feldman alleged. Like, they're not even following what's going on. They have no fucking clue.
Happens, you know, like I think it hurt his feelings, and then Dawn had his time in here, didn't he?
You really think they got muted for no reason, huh?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, then what's the problem? If they behave badly, they get muted.
So when I had, say, the whole 10-on-1 and people insulting me, my mum, you guys are just gonna be cool with that?
Don't you give as good as you get, Merle?
You got it after that, not before.
But don't you give as good as you get? I mean, I never insult you, other people do, but don't you give as good as you get?
I could smash everyone in here apart, but I don't.
Well, so you always tell us, right? You always come in here hot. You always come in here insulting people.
No, I don't.
And then you're surprised when you get reactions.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
You just did it.
Don't exaggerate.
He didn't today. I'll give him that. He was having a decent conversation today.
Sometimes he'll be nice for a while, but it's really temporary.
That's what I said.
And I've seen that too, Merle. To be
and
fair, I've seen you
Veach,
be real cool and calm and kind of go off the.
Veach, it's so kind how you're gaslighting Merle and lying about me. You're such a great guy, Veach. I'm sure you would never touch a little boy's penis or stick your fingers in a little girl's vagina. I'm sure you would never ever do that. You're such a great guy, Veach. Amazing guy.
And for seemingly no reason. I'm sure you feel like you have a reason, but to the outside observer, sometimes you come across as just a bit bipolar in your behavior. Not like
I'm
mentally.
not bipolar. I'm not bipolar.
No, I just said not mentally, just in your behavior as a descriptor of you going
psychologically sound. They've even been assessed.
Right. Hey,
see, this is the problem. See, Rizzler's going to keep it going because he's the vile, toxic one, not me.
I've never heard anything.
I told you, prick. You come back, gloves are off with you. Fuck you. You're a scumbag.
Yeah, you need to be psychologically assessed.
Nice man act again. I don't know how the fuck this has happened.
I'm sorry for spoiling your day, Jam. Not my intention. Rizzler's keen on spoiling it for you, though.
How about we apply your analysis to what you guys are doing? For example, PMARS, because you say that the internet is too toxic and James is too toxic because someone committed suicide. How about we turn it the other way and look at what PMARS is doing? Isn't that kind of toxic? Like he's one of the most toxic people around.
Merle, don't take up for PMARS. He's crazy.
What do I do that's so bad? I don't understand. Why am I so evil? People keep saying oh, PMARS is bad. PMARS is troll. He's so bad. It's so evil. His behavior. Ugh. But what exactly do I do? I'm not doxing. I'm not fucking with people in real life. I'm not trying to call your work. I'm not what do I do that's so bad? I just give my fucking opinion on things. Oh, God forbid he disagrees.
As hell. I don't even know what.
There you go. Even Dave agrees with me, and he never agrees with me.
Yes, PMARS is a piece of shit. Everybody knows that. Anyway, it's just like this thing with paper explainer. I've never even heard this story, and I've been on this server for a long time, so it's not like somebody even knows about it. And think about it, I'm on here all the time and never heard this story.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until.
How did I miss it? So let's not bring it up. Paper Explanator didn't do that. I remember him. He was a cool dude. We had a lot of conversations in here. There wasn't. I don't think nothing about this room did anything to him. I know that.
Yeah, that's. Wow, Dave, we agree on something.
I had a lot of conversations with Paper. I didn't even know that he committed suicide. I knew he died, but I didn't know that he committed suicide. But anyway,
holy shit!
Hey, that's the third correct thing you said, Dave. It's really impressive.
Well, I've
You're on
been
a
in
roll.
here, and Burl, I hadn't heard anything about any of this. You need to stay away from P. Mars. All he is a troll. He's the biggest troll out of all the flat earthers. P. Mars is the biggest troll out there, and always has been.
Look, he's been trolling before the flat Earth stuff.
Listen to that. I was trolling before the flat Earth stuff, is what he just said. He's been trolling before the flat Earth stuff. What? When? Where? What?
Yes, he's always been. Mars has always been a troll. Yes, we know.
I don't even think he's a flat Earth. Like, he used to troll Christians, troll atheists.
I used to troll Christians and atheists before flat Earth. Where is he getting this from? I don't remember. Shit, do I have did I forget a life that I had? I don't remember. Well, these guys would never lie. I must not remember my own life. I must have been trolling atheists and Christians before flat Earth. I don't remember it at all. And I have memories of doing other things with my life, but never mind. Listen to what these people say about me. Don't ever question them. They're great people.
I've heard that floating around in the YouTube community for years.
Years before flat Earth.
Years. It's all stirring shit up. We all know.
Years. Let's go check. Let's go look. These people love evidence. They love to support their claims with evidence, right? Well, no, they just want others to do. They don't actually want to do that themselves. So let's see here. Wait, we go to videos. Let's look at me. I mean, it's going to be... We'll go to the oldest so we can see what I'm doing the years before flat Earth. According to this guy. Right? Okay, 6 years... Wait a minute, I'm just playing League of Legends? Tori spelling MK Ultra. Okay, that's... I'm playing poker now. Now I'm talking about conspiracy, making conspiracy videos. Talking about... Where's all these... trolling before flat Earth videos? Now here's flat Earth. I don't know if you consider this trolling, talking about flat Earth and stuff. Where is this stuff? No, there must be another YouTube channel, right? This can't be Oh. What? I don't know. This is a Mandela effect.
Not a flat Earth.
P. Mars is attention. P. Mars is psychotic.
He's just there for the attention, is all.
So the solution is to slander him, censor him, excommunicate him, and create more marginalization.
They've created a martyr. If you strike me down, I only become more powerful. You think you can ignore me? Go ahead. I'm gonna be there pointing out that you're a fucking liar and you're the bad person.
Push him into the corner, shun him from society. That's really the solution, right?
For saying the N-word 100 times in a row.
Totally the solution, guys.
You're out of your fucking mind, dude.
There's absolutely no. We cannot allow him to do that. We wouldn't even have a choice. Even if we had, even if we wanted to let him do that, he cannot be allowed to do that. It's definitely, absolutely against the terms of service. We would be shut down.
It's against civil behavior. It's against moral. I mean, it's bad.
Poor Jim.
And P. Mars does it deliberately because what he does is he says it and then he comes out with.
Look at all these Discord servers I've gotten shut down, guys. Look at all these I mean, I got all these. I'm only in what? I'm fucking in the max amount of Discords here. But apparently, I'm not allowed, if I'm in a Discord, it'll get shut down. I don't know how these don't all get shut down. I mean, geez, I wonder. I'm going to trust Gempanda, though. I mean, he wouldn't lie to me.
With all this crap about how I'm English and I don't understand free speech. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. That's what he says. It's because I'm
believe
English
it.
and
I
I
don't
don't
doubt you.
understand the principles of free speech like Americans do.
Yeah, I know. They're totally different sensibility, though, Jim.
Well, I agree with him on that, but P. Mars is just an asshole.
And here's the thing, Merle.
Dave broke character there. You can hear it in his voice.
It's not a right to be in this server, you know. Like, you gotta be. Of course not. You gotta be conducting yourself somewhat reasonably.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege.
And you know what? P. Mars fucking lost that privilege.
He got more chances than he ever deserved.
Yeah, you know, Merle, it's just about life is about privileges, and the white people have all the privileges, and P. Mars just lost that privilege because he kept saying nigger. You gotta understand, Merle. Join our cult, Merle. We love you.
Yeah, and he doesn't want the privilege. He doesn't want to come in here and take part in conversations.
Saying the N-word
He
over
wants
and over
to come in
and over
here and
again.
cause a load of trouble.
Yeah, he was doing the
And
N-word
then play the victim like Dawn does.
Yeah, same with Dawn.
Well, I mean, everything else Gempanda said we've shown to be highly accurate. So I mean, that must be accurate too. I don't want to have real conversations. I just want to cause drama, guys.
Picks a fight with someone and then starts.
Oh, by the way, these guys are having real these guys aren't causing any drama, right? It's only like me and Don and Merle. If it wasn't for me, Don and Merle, they would all just get along and be so kind, and butterflies and rainbows would spring out of Gempanda's ass, and it would be glorious. But me and Merle and the bad Don Witch of the West, we ruin everything. We ruin their paradise. Oh, too bad. I wish if only there were just like more sensible people like them that didn't cause drama and ruin other people's fun.
Sending me DMs telling me I've got to check the chat because of the horrible things that people are saying to him. I think, well, just don't come in and pick a fight.
He's a different character. Dawn. Anyway, I know we're not all going to agree on this, but.
So why are you defending P. Mars's behavior and then complaining about people's behavior here?
Because I was one of those people who.
Well, maybe you should.
I will. No, look, I will. No, see what? I don't even want to. I'm just checking if this is okay. See, I was behind the scenes at the Beyond the Imaginary Curve for a little while because Dell's platform kept getting shut down, and I was trying to figure out how it was happening and who was doing it. So I'd notice sometimes, you know, certain people would come in and try to snipe it. And then I started to see, oh, okay, there's you. Right, there's you again. All right, oh, fancy seeing you here. I'm talking about people like Russian Vids, IPS, Osman, like a bunch of people were coming in to snipe Dells.
Yeah, but
shut it down. Right? This really happened.
Yeah, but so what? What's the story?
Russian Vids isn't even a member of this server, is he?
PMars was one of these people that was accused of porn bombing. And then I started seeing that, and Dawn Treader as well.
Is Russian Vince still around? I've been missing his show.
I accused Don Treader of porn bombing because he admitted to me that he played audio of porn on Dells that I got blamed for. I mean, it's whatever, but I never have played porn. I've sniped a hangout. Okay, I've done that. I've never tried to get someone's channel shut down. The only thing I ever flagged was when Antonio Subarats put a picture of my house and my address and my phone number and all that stuff and doxed me. I flagged that for doxing because that's kind of fucked up, I thought. But like, I don't want to shut down people's right to speak, or, you know, I believe everyone should be able to say what they want to say.
Joe, where's he at? Is he still around?
Go ahead, Merle, finish your story.
I mean, you know, it's just one of those things, and I found out that there were other people doing it, like conspiracy cats porn bombed Dells.
Okay. What does this mean to you?
This means that there's certain...
I don't know if we can know that's true, though, because people spoof accounts, so it could have been a spoofed account. So the conspiracy cats, like someone had an account of me. Someone would go on a hangout. I can understand why people think I'm a porn bomber, because this guy was... I think it's Autismo is his name, or I don't know what... he got caught. He turned on his webcam, and there was a video of me from, like, 2018, and it's like the same video that the porn bomber played, and then he played porn. And I got framed because this guy like had an account that looked exactly like me. Sometimes he'd play audio of my voice, you know, because you can make it so your webcam displays a pre-recorded video. So he just had a pre-recorded video of me on my webcam, played it thinking so it looked like I joined a hangout, turned on my webcam, talked, and then played porn. So I got set up. So I understand why people thought it was me, but I don't know, what do you do? Like once you've like earned a reputation or whatever, people just believe it, and it just like the mythology and legend about my trolling, like it's a lot of it it's not even true, you know. It's like it's all like in these people's heads.
People out here that do interesting.
But the point I was gonna make, we can never really know who a sock account is or who porn. You can never really know, so it's like we shouldn't accuse anyone unless they admit to it. I guess what
interesting things on the internet, and the story's not always clear.
Porn bomb Dells.
What the fuck is this about?
That doesn't sound right at all.
But what does that have to do with us? What does that have to do with anything? This is like a completely irrelevant story.
No, it's not.
Yeah, of course.
No, it's not. No, it's not, because I went and...
You were supposed to be saying why you hang around with scumbags like Dawn and fucking P. Mars.
Dawn and P. Mars aren't scumbags for a start.
They're fucking scumbags, and so are you. That's why you hang around with them.
No.
You don't need another fucking tale from Merle to know that.
I'm not a scumbag.
You're a fucking piece of shit, you.
No, I'm not. No one says that about me, just you.
Many people. You just got called it by Jen.
Hey, like my old grandma said, you lay down with the dogs, you get up with the fleas, Merle. And hanging out with P. Mars is not. I know you might. I've never seen P. Mars be honest about a damn thing ever. He has every conversation he ever had. There was some motive behind it to do a gotcha on somebody. We all know that.
He's a true sociopath.
Yeah, he's a freak, man.
Dude, M. Scott Beach calling me a sociopath, I find that rich.
That guy's got some mental problems. I'm glad, and he don't need to be in here. Hopefully, he hadn't been in here trolling already.
Yeah, but a bunch of things have happened, and people have owned their behavior.
Look,
yeah, but
you guys are the toxic ones, Merle. You're the one bringing the toxicity in here.
No.
You three.
Yes.
Yes. No. Running around the internet.
I've
running around the internet calling people paedophiles and saying they're responsible for people's deaths. I mean, you can't get much more toxic than that. And this is your MO. This is what these people do all the time. You do it the least of the three of them, but even you do it.
You'll often come in here just to start insulting people.
It's like such a dishonest representation of what's going on. But okay, whatever, Jim. You don't care about honesty.
Now you guys are just being like.
Well, there's no one in here running around calling anyone a pedophile.
Merle doesn't. Merle generally
people aren't going out from this server to go to other servers with coordinated attacks.
Like, who cares if I call people pedophiles? It's like calling someone an idiot. Everyone calls everyone else a pedophile. Everyone calls everyone else a Nazi. Everyone insults each other. You guys spend half the day on Discord bantering and insulting each other. Like, but I'm bad for doing it. Do you not see the hypocrisy, Gem? Like, my God.
To call people pedophiles.
Good Lord.
Like you guys are.
Well, M. Scott Veach is pretty active in the chat right now, Gem.
Right, but he's
I'm
not
active right here.
vile and toxic like you lot.
That's toxic what he's doing right now.
What, telling you that
He just called me a sociopath. He's like just making shit up. But yeah, he's not vile and toxic like you are. He's different. He's bad. His shit don't stink. I like him.
You insult people when you come here? You do insult people when you come here.
M. Scott Veach
You're toxic and you're a gaslighter.
In fact, you insult me when you come here. You'll often come here and you'll immediately start insulting me.
Yeah, because you sometimes you're toxic.
Well, now who's the victim? I thought we weren't. He comes in here and starts shit and plays victim. Is that M? Are you talking about M. Scott Veach? Was that M. Scott Veach you're talking? Oh no, you're talking about PMARS, because only PMARS. M. Scott Veach doesn't do that, right? M. Scott Veach, his shit doesn't stink. PMARS is bad though, guys.
Toxic and you gaslight people.
I don't believe that. I don't agree. But it doesn't matter because the point is that you'll do that. You'll come in, no apropos of nothing, and just start picking on people. Start picking fights. That's the problem.
And that's never happened to me in here. Anyone want to own up?
I'm sure that has happened with you. But it's not a kind of situation which it justifies you doing it.
Yeah, sure it isn't.
It should happen.
What the fuck?
Stop doing it. Like, you do it too.
Curved Waters never like bullied anyone, right?
Veach just had a mental shutdown moment there. He's like, what?
What does that have to do with you coming in here and insulting people and picking fights?
Y'all usually have to push
Dallas. Has anyone in here ever been bullied? Have you ever witnessed that? Globe heads, ballers.
I know
honest.
that 90% of the times they push your buttons before you go off. There is 10%
Hang
of the
on.
time.
I'll ask you a real question then, Dave. You've witnessed gaslighting, bullying, all sorts of stuff. Don't back me up for a second.
I understand. Yes.
Why don't you bully him into it?
Right. So there you go. There's two people saying
that's part of this. That's part of having. You got to have thick skin to come in here anyway. You know that.
Right. And it happens on 24/7. Look, I'm not condoning it, Jem. What happens over at Nathan Oakley's Quantum Eraser? He stripped me down like a militant shakedown. That dude's deranged, psychopath, scary motherfucker, but only gets away with it on the internet. Bang out of order.
Merle, I've had ballers threaten to kill me, man. Do you understand that? These people, there's crazies on the internet.
Yeah, I know.
But you can't be one of them. That's all. I know they push your buttons, man.
I think someone called Dallas David a nigger one time too. I think I remember. Don't remember who that was though. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's change the subject.
I just get triggered. Everyone gets triggered.
You know, Merle, just so you know, like the Globe people like push each other's buttons too. Like, you know, sometimes it's in fun.
Not always though. Sometimes it goes too far.
Not always. Not always. There's sometimes a little, you know. People
I want to change.
Is Zant talking about Red's rhetoric and Sean Huffer's weird sexual torture fetishes? By what is he saying? The Globe people push each other's buttons. Is that what he's referring to?
The subject too, David, and I appreciate it being unmuted, Jem. And I'm sorry for what's happened here. Just for the room. I did have a little bit to do with Paper. He reached out to me. He made a video about Polaris. He wanted to help me genuinely. I appreciated that.
Jem said Merle was lying about communicating to Paper. Jem said he was lying.
I'm, I've known a few people who are no longer here. Des being one. Paper. I've got no hard feelings. I'm not blaming you, Jem, for that. You had nothing to do with that. I don't think it's on your shoulders. I think also this room, for the most part, is one of the best places for people to hash this out. the climate compared to 24/7, Nathan Oakley's, not to compare it, but there aren't too many places people can go and have a discussion like this. I really appreciate that. I've worked a lot of stuff out here in council with yourself and other people, all trolling aside. I'm getting much better at controlling my emotions and not getting so triggered. And I'm working on it. And it's something I need to work on.
Hey, Merle, you actually did a really good job in this stream. Like, it's hard not to get pissed off when you got all these, like, demons, you know, lying and attacking and bullying you, and then they're grouping up on you like they're grouping up on Merle, you know, because cowards, you know, they don't want a one-on-one. They want to, you know, all the whole group up on Merle. Merle you did a really good job, Merle. Yeah, you kept your cool, and that's something I've been working on too. It's not easy.
But I genuinely apologize, Jem. I think you're a good person, and I appreciate what you're doing here, and I think you are offering a service, regardless of what some of the things that have been said about you in the past. And I really mean that. I mean what I say right now, and I'm saying what I mean, and I mean it.
All right, mate.
And Jem just says, "All right, mate." Like, Merle's a good egg. You notice how, like, even though he doesn't like Gempanda, he can still say nice things about Gempanda. Bet any of these people say anything nice about Merle ever? Nah.
Merle, can I ask you a
But
question?
Merle's the bad one. Well, I think that's pretty much it, right?
Bring up a subject. What subject you'll bring up this morning?
That's pretty much what I want.
Calling me a bully, Merle.
I think that's pretty much what I want.
Merle, you know I'm sensitive.
Yeah, don't be calling Curvewater a bully over
Curved,
there. He's got bullyitis.
You are a bully and a dad joke.
Anybody want to talk about the 13-day sun and 14-day moon
No.
down in Antarctica?
No.
Yeah, we don't believe that story.
No, it's two different videos.
All right.
I think it addresses most of the editing questions that anybody's had.
All right. God bless.